I'm gonna say something that might upset people, but if you actually understand fighting, you'll know it's true. The only thing that beat Jack that night was fear. Not skill, not strength, not wrestling technique, but fear. And it's not the emotional kind, it's the geometric kind. The moment you fear the entry, you stop moving forward, you stop owning the space, your breath collapses, your angles disappear, you don't react, you basically freeze. And against Islam, you can't freeze for even a fraction of a second. But that's exactly what happened. Compare this to the Masvidal versus Ben Askren fight. Look at Masvidal. Zero fear of the wrestling, zero respect for the shot. He didn't back up, he didn't hesitate, and he didn't wait to see what happens. He attacked the entry. He met breath with breath, force with force, and geometry with geometry. He didn't collapse inward, he didn't brace, he didn't fight pressure, he spiraled through it. And you might be saying, yeah, but that knee was a 1 in 100 shot. No, actually it wasn't. Even if he missed, he had spiral continuations built in. He could have rolled over the line, corkscrewed into a side exit, switched to a lateral hip shift, spun into a switch knee series, bounced to an Uchimata rhythm trap, or even hit a drop whizzer roll. That knee wasn't a gamble, it was actually the first move in a spiral chain. Because Masvidal wasn't fighting from fear, he was fighting from flow, and that's the big difference. Fear collapses geometry, flow expands it. When you fear the takedown, you back up straight, you plant your feet too early, your breath gets shallow, your posture rises, your hips freeze, your reaction's slow, and the wrestler gets exactly the entry that they want. You see, fear creates linearity, and linearity is death in MMA. Masvidal didn't let the line exist. He curved, he arced, he spiraled into the knee, and that's the essence of spiral combat. All powerful forces in the universe move in spirals. Tornadoes, galaxies, whirlpools, hurricanes, torque, DNA. Masvidal attacked Askren like a force of nature, not a man afraid of the double leg. See, Jack had the weapons to beat Islam, but fear shut down the system. Jack has the accuracy, pressure, footwork, timing, angles, power, adaptability. What he didn't have in this fight was perception alignment. He perceived Islam's shot as a monster, and when your perception shifts, your geometry shifts. The fight was decided before the first takedown. Perception warfare is the real lesson here. Fight IQ isn't just technique, it's perception. It's the story your brain tells your body about the danger. If you perceive the opponent's weapon as unbeatable, your nervous system betrays you. Your structure begins to collapse, your timing breaks, your breath tightens, and your angles completely disappear. You lose not because he's superior, but because your perception gave him superiority. Masvidal refused to play Askren's game. He imposed his reality. Jack played Islam's. That's the real difference. So what's the spiral combat lesson? Fear makes you linear, flow makes you spiral, and spirals beat pressure. If Jack approached Islam with breath first presence, forward claiming steps, spiral exits, torque preloaded stance, lateral first response, rhythm disruption, and no respect for the shot geometry, the fight would have looked completely different. Fear collapses, spirals expand. Pressure dissolves when you move like a force of nature. If this changed how you see fighting, go grab our free UFC betting intelligence report at spiralcombat.com/free. The link is in the bio. It'll teach you the geometry, patterns, and mindset that decides fights long before the stats ever do. Comment your thoughts below and tell me which fight to decode.